Hi, I'm Alistair Weaver. That is Brendan the Chicken. This is a Chevrolet Corvette ZR1. And this is Edmunds U-Drags. Let's get on with it.
And here we go. Today, we've got the 2025 Chevrolet Corvette ZR1. That's an absolute monster, pushing 1,064 horsepower and 828 pound-feet of torque. It's running on Michelin Pilot Sport Cup 2Rs, going up against everything we've ever raced on the leaderboard. The ZR1 is hitting the Edmunds U-Drags track solo, which starts with a quarter-mile drag, then it hits the brakes, does a 180, and powers back to start-finish. You love Edmunds U-Drags? Subscribe now and visit Edmunds.com, where you'll find all the info and inventory you need for new or used vehicles, including the famous Edmunds ratings. And if you're looking to sell, we'll even make you a cash offer for your car.
So when we were setting up this Edmunds U-Drags, we went around the world and said, who would like to go up against the ZR1? And we got a bunch of responses. 9, my, nah. Apart from one brand that GM didn't fancy too much themselves. So, what is a collective noun for all of that? Then we thought, should we scrap the idea altogether? But we do read the comments, and we know how desperate many of you were to see the ZR1 run on our course. So we're making an exception, and we're going to run it solo. I'm going to do a run in this lane, then I'm going to hand over to test driver Jonathan, who's going to run in the right-hand lane. Then we'll reveal the time and compare it with the best on our leaderboard. I tested this car in a video you can see on our YouTube channel at the Circuit of the Americas down in Texas. So I've driven it on a very fast racetrack. I know what it will do, which is a great deal. So how to make this thing go fast? Well, we had our own ideas and we had a chat with Corvette's engineers. So what we've come up with is into track mode, then PTM, Performance Traction Management, that's in race 1, which turns off the stability control. And then we go into launch control, and we're using a manual setup to have 3,200 RPM and 10% slip. That's what Chevy's recommended. That's what we're going to run with. We've also set up the tire pressures exactly as they proposed. So that's how we set it up. Then, of course, launch control, left foot on the brake, right foot on the gas, in the usual Corvette way. So here we go, 1,000 horsepower, rear-wheel drive, the Edmunds U-Drags course.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Oh, it launches. Man, this thing's fast. Let's get the braking right, come on. Traction management is really good. Here we go. 120 miles an hour, 130 miles an hour, 140. 60 across the line. Yeah. Oh my word, this is a toy. Just drive lots of fast things here, but this is another level. Just the sheer violence of it, the sheer excitement as you come off the line, you know, it's a, wow. That's cool. That's really, really cool. So off the line it explodes, and then you're just basically trying to pick the braking and not overcook it, get the thing stopped, and then what's really impressive is coming out of the corner. Actually, it deploys the power far better than I thought it might. Whew. Sorry if I didn't do much commentary there. A lot to take on board. This is quite a weapon. It's complete excess, but it's very, very cool. Ah! It's very cool. It's very, very cool. It's just the violence of it. You know, we probably, like, we had the Lucid Sapphire here, we've had the Tesla Plaid here, cars that are unbelievably quick in a straight line. We don't have the violence of this.
Yeah.
It's just that sheer sort of guttural, you know, the ride.
Yeah.
And then the braking, like, you know, you and I have these sort of reference points on the white stripe. You just got to come earlier, not because the brakes are rubbish, they're not. It's just that you're going so fast.
So fast.
Yeah, go and have fun.
Thank you. All right, it's my turn. I'm a bit bummed that I don't have anything racing beside me right now, but hey, at least I'm driving this thing. I get a shot at the Super Corvette. Obviously, I'm not going to change anything he's done. He's actually very generously warmed up the tires for me too. So track mode, PTM, race 1. I'm going to use our custom launch control RPM. Yeah, I'm just going to run this thing because it's a ZR1 and we're at U-Drags. So let's do this.
Five, four, three, two, one.
Boom.
Yeah, baby. So much speed. Let's go, baby. This is so much fun.
Flying across, that's a glorious sight. Look at that.
Oh, yeah. Oh, man. I thought that was going to be a little boring without another car to line up against, but that was still so much fun.
Believe me, it feels fast. It's an intimate cabin, it's noisy, it's bumpy. You feel the speed, which is a good thing. You want your supercars to feel super.
Oh, the speed. This is no joke, man. It just hooks up so nicely. Very cool, very cool.
Man, that thing sounds wicked. Here's the track conditions. And for the best numbers. The ZR1 did 0 to 60 in 2.7 seconds. Quarter mile in 10 seconds at 144.1. Max cornering, 1.38 Gs. And the win goes to the ZR1, clocking in a ridiculous 28.9 seconds at 159.6. For the official leaderboard, head on over to edmunds.com/udrags. The ZR1 beat the Porsche 911 Turbo S, McLaren 750S, and 765LT, making it the fastest gas-powered car we've had at Edmunds U-Drags. It even beat the Model S Plaid Track Pack. With a time of 28.9 at 159.6, the ZR1 takes third place on our leaderboard, slotting it behind the Lucid Air Sapphire and Porsche Taycan Turbo GT.
So, Jonathan, 28.9 seconds. We're 1/10 slower than a Taycan Turbo GT, faster than a Model S Plaid. Still didn't quite beat the Sapphire. That still remains the king of the hill. But the other thing that I don't think we talked about when we revealed the leaderboard, 159.9 miles an hour across the line. I mean, that's going.
Yeah, I mean, that's, I think, about 0.7 seconds quicker than the 765LT. Which
The McLaren, which is a pretty specialist thing.
That's, and I guess to add some context, that's about 8 to 10 or 11 car lengths. So, like, you're covering a lot of distance at that speed. I mean, just what an amazing car, just from an engineering perspective. And, you know, being able to put all that down through the rear axle. I can only imagine what the ZRX or whatever that's called.
The ZR1X, if you're not familiar with that, the ZR1X is coming out maybe end of this year, beginning of next. I've already seen it, but I haven't driven it. So the ZR1X, it takes the ZR1 and then adds a sort of uprated version of the hybrid system found in the Corvette E-Ray. So you're going to have all-wheel drive and 1,250 horsepower.
The amount of sensation that you're getting from this, it's a very different experience than the Lucid Sapphire. The Sapphire, yeah, sure, it's fast, it pings in your seat. This does that as well, but you've got the additive sounds and just sensations and just everything that's kind of feeding you from the cockpit. Not to mention the braking on this, and it just feels way more purpose-built in that car.
There are two things really stood out for me. One, it actually launched. There's not a lot of drama when it's launched, because you actually don't want too much stuff. This is a pretty grippy surface, probably helps it. But the other thing, coming out of the corner, actually it puts the power down really well. I mean, these tires are great, but they, obviously it's mid-engine, the weight's in the right place.
I think it's a combination of the tire. These are the Cup 2Rs, so super, super sticky, about as sticky as you can get. Obviously we had it down at the recommended pressures, had the tires really nicely warmed up. But again, I've sung praises to the PTM system. The system just kind of figures out and gets you to where you want to go.
PTM being Chevy's performance traction management system, or traction control in everyday speak. I hope you've enjoyed this special version of Edmunds U-Drags. Check out all the other races on our channel. Of course, head to edmunds.com for all your car shopping needs. We'll even make you a cash offer for your existing car. How exciting is that? Nearly as exciting as the ZR1. Thanks for watching. See you next time.